ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure and a privilege to be here today in the city of Mysore amidst the entrepreneurs, amidst the eminent people from bureaucracy, and amidst the influential citizens of this city to discuss and debate what we need to do to get to Mysore 2.0 so that Mysore indeed becomes a global IT and BPO hub. Congratulations to NASSCOM on this initiative, because as a person who spent the initial formative years of my youth here in Mysore, I'm a great believer in Mysore. I believe Mysore has a lot to offer, and was one who had always believed in walking the talk, and one who had always believed in practicing the precept, as one who had believed in demonstrating your action by your words, by your words by action. We have India's largest software campus here, right here nearby. It is a 337-acre campus. It has three aspects. It has the world's largest corporate training facility. It runs the world's largest hotel with 11,000 rooms. Of course, if you use them as double rooms, then it can accommodate about 20,000 people. It has India's first leadership institute. Dr. Matt Barney heads the Leadership Institute, and they train our leaders. It has a very important and very seminal development center. Mr. Nagarajan heads it, and Nagarajan has 6,000 professionals working for him here in Mysore. In the education center, right today, we have 10,300 engineering graduates being trained in a 32-week-long program. Therefore, and in terms of our investment, we have invested approximately about 2,000 crores in our facilities here. And it's a 9 million square feet built up area. It's the largest, probably the largest campus in India. The reason why I'm giving these data points is because I believe that Mysore has arrived. Mysore is a wonderful destination for any software company. Mysore has all the requisite inputs for blossoming as a great software center. Somehow Mysore has not been able to excel. As my professor, Professor Dhananjay, pointed out, other than some of us who have had abiding love and affection for this wonderful city, we have not been. NASSCOM, when I say we, I mean I'm part of NASSCOM. I used to be the chairman or those days we were called president of NASSCOM between 92 and 94. I followed my friend Harish Mehta, and I was the third president of NASSCOM. So therefore, we in NASSCOM, we have not done a good job of communicating the advantages of Mysore. We have not been able to bring the decision makers in large companies to Mysore and explain to them how this is indeed a paradise for us in the software industry. Therefore, our biggest challenge is NASSCOM has to work out an integrated plan with extraordinary people like Mr. Vidya Shankar, who is the IT secretary, and raise the awareness of Mysore as perhaps the best tier 2 city in India. Second, I believe it is very, very important that we enhance the connectivity between Bangalore and Mysore. As Professor Dhananjay pointed out, when you are in the shadow of a large banyan tree, when you're in the shadow of a large IT city like Bangalore, it's not easy for Mysore to grow. But that's where we have to make sure that Mysore gets enough sunlight and then grows. To do that, the Karnataka government, with its extraordinary bureaucrats and leaders, will have to mount an awareness campaign, a brand campaign, to bring a lot of decision makers to Mysore city. I wish in this conference, NASSCOM had tried to get the CEOs of at least 200 companies from all over India to come here and participate in it. I wish the president of NASSCOM was here, because if we believe in Mysore becoming an important center, then it has to get the attention of every decision maker, every influencer. Therefore, next time when you hold a conference like this, please make sure that the highest level of NASSCOM people are here, and number two, that at least 200 CEOs of the major software companies are here. Then you have a chance of enhancing your brand equity. This is not just the work of NASSCOM. Please kindly understand. This is the work of the Karnataka government. This is the work of the industry in Mysore to make sure that NASSCOM brings the required CEOs. But having said that, I must congratulate NASSCOM on this wonderful initiative. I think this is a great first step. Coming back to the connectivity. Today, it has taken us probably about 11 years. We came to Mysore in 2000. It has taken us about 11 years for us to get a small airport in Mysore. Even there's only one flight that takes off and lands at Mysore. This is not sufficient. If you want Mysore to be a software center, you must be able to bring your customers who come from abroad to come to Mysore in a jiffy, spend a couple of hours and go back. We at Infosys, we have helipads in every one of our campuses. So what we do is when people come to Bangalore facility, we bring them by helicopter to Mysore, they spend a couple of hours and go back. But doing it by helicopter for every company, particularly one that is coming up, is not easy. Therefore, my request to the authorities here in Mysore is to kindly look at the possibility of improving the air service between Electronic City in Bangalore and the IT park here in Mysore. So that if you have hourly helicopter service from Bangalore, Electronic City, from the Whitefield IT park, and perhaps another, maybe a third place, which is a cluster of IT companies in Bangalore, to Mysore every hour, then I do believe that people will come more and more. Second, I think Mysore has an excellent education facility. There are 5 or 6 engineering colleges. There are several medical colleges. There is no doubt about it. It's a great facility. But we need more and more international schools for children to study in them, so that when they get when we transfer people from, let's say, from Delhi or from Pune or Chennai or anywhere, those children must have a smooth transfer to a good quality primary school and secondary school here. We have already spoken to Dr. Gopal Krishnan of National Public School, and I believe that starting a school at Mysore is on their front burner. But we need more and more such schools here, because parents, at least at Infosys, whenever we talk to people, they say their first priority is good education for their children. Third, I think we will have to enhance the broadband capacity, so that it's very easy for us to connect, so that it's very easy for us to do telepresence conferences, video conferences and telephone conferences, as well as remote access of computers, and these things should be available pretty cheap. We do have a few decent hotels in Mysore. There is no doubt. I think they have done this. Is a good example of a wonderful hotel. But we need more facilities like this. We need more 5-star facilities in Mysore, because what I have found is that even though we are pretty comfortable with our facilities, most of our customers require a very high level of hygiene. They require a reasonable level of comfort, and that can be afforded only by 5-star hotels. Then I think we have to improve the road connectivity, because not everybody can come by helicopter, not everybody can come by plane all the time, and therefore, as against the current time of about 3.5 hours to 4 hours that takes between Electronic City in Bangalore and the IT park here, if we can all together, the Karnataka government and the industry, NASCOM, if we can all sit together and see how we can create a 6-lane highway so that people can reach this place in 2 hours, I do believe that Mysore will grow very, very well. But otherwise, I think Mysore has all the requisite attributes. One of the finest set of citizens, most hospitable citizens in the country, very, very nice people, very welcoming people, a decent climate, very easy to commute. Fortunately, the traffic situation is still pretty good in the city. So on all those counts, I do believe that Mysore has a great future, and I believe that Mysore will indeed make that future possibility a reality. But I think the need of the day is for extraordinary people like Mr. Vidyashankar, my friend Mr. Vidyashankar, Professor Dhananjaya, Sudanwan, many others, Nagarajan and others who are leaders of this industry in Mysore to hold a meeting where we can see how we can make Mysore a leader or #1 in Tier 2 city. and I hope we'll all deliberate this during this conference, and I have no doubt at all that you will be able to attract several CEOs who will make decisions. I mean, we have already demonstrated, we have grown to 6,000 professionals. We have the world's largest corporate training center. We have, India's first and best leadership institute. So I think we have demonstrated that it is possible to run a good business. From Mysore, I was talking to Nagarajan, and he told me that last year he did a business of about 1,300 crores or so from Mysore, and that's not bad, considering that last year's figure. So therefore, I don't think there is lack of talent in this city. I don't think there is lack of educational facilities in this city. I don't think that we have any bottlenecks. There would be perhaps a few issues that we have to iron out. As I talked about connectivity, etc. But I think Mysore is really a city that has great future. And as I said before, coming on to the podium and speaking about it, we at Infosys have demonstrated, and I believe that other companies too will take this example and create lots of job opportunities for wonderful youngsters of this city. I myself went to National Institute of Engineering, where I was a student of Professor Dhananjaya, and there is the JCE here, and there are other engineering colleges, and we find that these are wonderful people. They perform well, they work hard, they are good values. So on all accounts, I don't think you have any worry about talent in Mysore. Therefore, all that I would say is that just take the big decision like I did in 2000. Thank you.
Since we have time left for the session, we would like to take some questions, and please address your question to Mr. Murthy or Professor Dhananjaya. The mics are available and one of our volunteers will come in. If it doesn't come in, please feel free to talk loud and ask your questions. You'll be audible.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah. So, any questions?
Hi, my name is Subbarao, and I'm from Labs AT&T. I think you touched everything except one point, which is I think the team or the IT industry folks need to be here. They also need entertainment. I know probably you're thinking they don't need because they'll be working 18 hours a day. In spite of that, I think they do need entertainment. I think Mysore lacks the entertainment part a little bit. I think it's part of the government and other private sectors to pitch in and set up some theme parks and other things where they can take kids and spend half a day at this center. I think that's also one of the.
Well, I tell you one thing. When I was a student, we used to bunk a few classes. I hope.